Alright folks, so I'm out here where I hunt, about to walk in and gonna scout around. I'm scouting more than hunting, but of course if I see a hog or whatnot, I want to go ahead and take that. But I'm gonna be looking for some good game trails, a lot of deer sign and things like that. Kind of back off the hogs a little bit. Of course they'll be up in here, so might get another one. Got one last week, so hopefully tune in. I'm trying all these new gadgets to try to video these things, and I tell you, it's a hard thing to do when you're in areas like this where it's just so thick and like deer and game are everywhere. It's a lot different than, you know, just having a permanent tree, knowing they're going to come by. I got to bounce around to find the game, but I'll do the best I can, so bear with me. Please like, subscribe, and we'll get it on. Real quick before we get into the woods here, I don't know if you can see, but this is an old hog pen that's years and years and years old up in here. And they got the buckets up here, but I'd say probably a decade old. Probably used to have some dogs up in there too as well. They used to have, but you can tell, you know, this is where these things come from. They come out of this stuff and they populate and get out of control. And they're all out here anyway. There's hogs everywhere. So, but I'm gonna walk in up here and I'm gonna find, try to find where deer have been crossing this road, and then we'll go from there. I can't hunt to the right, but I can hunt to the left. And there's an open field that I just came in from behind me. So I'm gonna be looking for some deer tracks and some game trails coming out of the left side of the road here. And then I'm gonna mosey on up in there and try to find some good oak trees like the one right there, and good clear areas that I can shoot up, and then hopefully be able to catch some nice deer coming out of here. You know, I'm a meat hunter. Of course I'll take a nice buck, but I put some meat in the freezer. I like to tag out every year, so did pretty good last year. I didn't tag out, but I did get 2 deer. This year I want to get all 5, so hopefully we'll be able to get this going. So stay with me. I'm gonna turn this off, conserve my battery a little bit, and then as I find things, I'll come back on and let you know what I got, let you see what I got, and hopefully I can give you some tips and pointers that'll put you on those deer, especially down here in Central Florida. It's like 110 degrees right now. You can see how I'm dressed in my screen suit made out of screen, you know, and I got my Camelback on for water. Bring plenty of water. I drank plenty of water the night before. So got my other camera up here, gonna try this out. I've been trying it, but not very successful, so hopefully I get that down and get it going. But always drink a lot of water when you're going to be out the night before, because what you drink yesterday is what's going to get you through the majority of the day today. And so we got some game cams right here on the trail. It's got the cell link, so that's the game warden's camera. They like to check and see what's going on up in here. So he just videoed me and I videoed him, so curious to see if he says something to me when I see him up at the check station again. But we're gonna get up in here and get it done. Okay, so I walked down the road. I walked all the way to get my bearings, so I know exactly where this road goes. I've got both ends of it, so now I'm gonna block a section off. All right, and like I said, I was trying to find a game trail coming in and out. So I don't know if you can see very well in here. I'm gonna zoom in, but right here is a game trail. Now it could be hogs, it could be deer. We'll find out by finding sign along it. See if there's some rubs going on. See if there's some deer poop. Snips off of the tops of certain trees and bushes. So hopefully we'll find us a good deer trail. Not that deer won't use hog trails and hogs won't use deer trail, but typically when I find a hog trail, I mean, it's pretty well patterned down. This is kind of like a rural light trail, almost hard to see, especially with the vegetation. So the fact that I can see it gives me a good sign that it's being used, most likely by deer coming out to this road. So we're gonna get in here and check it out. All right, guys. So I got up in here. I found a good, like, kind of open area that I want to hunt, and I started looking around for some sign. Saw lots of deer poop. That's, to me, it's the most underrated sign that you can find. I'm being quiet because I don't want to disturb the area, but this is beautiful up in here. It's super thick. I'm about to flip it around and show you, but it's super thick. And I found an old last year's rub on the tree. We're still mid-August, so they haven't started rubbing yet. My game cam has the bucks still in velvet, so they should start rubbing. But I look for the old rubs on the trees. But to me, when you're scouting, if there's deer poop, there's deer there, and then you can tell how fresh it is, whatever. That's what I go first. That and game trails, hot game trails, deer poop. You'll tell the difference between a big buck and a doe poop, but it doesn't matter if the does are in there. The bucks will come, because that means the food and browse is in there. Next thing I look for is the food browse. I look for acorns and good oak trees. There's still last year's acorns in here, but not very many, but that tells me that there's going to be more acorns dropping in here. So I'm going to flip this around and let you see what I'm looking at. It's completely like swamped out and opened in this little area, and the water is as high as it's going to get right now. So if this is dry, it'll be dry come season. Got about a month left before archery. So I'm going to flip this around and show you what I'm looking at. All right there. Is last year's rub. Alright, I'm going to put a mock scrape in here. It's August, but I'm going to find a good area to put a mock scrape in here. But as you can see how it opens up, but I got a thick edge all the way around the swamp. We got the creek or river, whatever you want to call it. It's more like a creek back over that way. And then you got all this open in here. Have a huge cypress right there with a big oak tree right next to it. Got several other big oak trees up in there. Just beautiful. I got several options of all these palm trees I could shoot up with either my climber or my one stick. I got this one right here is looking beautiful. There's another one on the other side that I could set up based off of the wind. Have that tree right there. But as you can tell, got acorns on the ground. As you can tell, this is like perfect. There's like 5 game trails coming into here. They feel safe up in here at night where it opens up. They got plenty of edge to run into if something comes in or whatever. And like I said, I got plenty of trees to shoot up. So I definitely marked this area. And what I do is I come in the dark. I have it marked on my GPS, and I just meander in as quietly as I can. I take different routes. See that right there is a beautiful tree. I got these palm trees below, and then a tree with a shooting hole right down into here. So, anyway, that's how I scout out my areas. I'm definitely putting this on here, so I'm going to hang a mock scrape up, and then later on I'll come in and put a camera probably next week. I didn't bring any with me, so I'll bring a camera in here and see what we can't get going. But beautiful. We got a big huge oak tree right there. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, big oak tree right there. So got a lot of white oak, and it's just a good looking area. Alright guys, so as you can see right here, I created a licking branch. I'm going to put some pre-orbital gland on it to get it started, and I cleared the ground out from underneath it. So hopefully I'll get the deer checking in, and later on I'll put a camera up in here. But this is a beautiful area, so got it cleared out on the ground underneath, about about 4-foot circle with a nice licking branch. And I'm going to hang a rope as well. Alright guys, so the scrape is back over there behind, and I went ahead and made a licking branch right here, and I cleared the ground underneath it. So this right here, hopefully the deer will start hitting this licking branch. I'm going to put preorbital gland on it to get it started. I'll drip it on the branches, and then there's a game trail that comes right here, goes across over there, and it comes across over this fallen palm tree and shoots back there. So hopefully we'll get some deer moving through here and get some activity on it for too long. Alright guys, I just shot a hog, so gotta go and try to track it down. I'm giving a little bit. It was a shady shot. It was through this thick stuff. I don't know if you could see it. It was over there, through that thick stuff. So I'm thinking I did pretty good. I went ahead and marked where I shot it. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of time. It's a nice size. Looked like a sow. I'm not sure. But there's a game trail that runs right here, and it was moseying on out of the water hole and along over here. Alright guys, I got the pig down, but she's not dead yet. So I want to give her time to die. So I'm gonna back off. She's right there in front of me. I still see her breathing. I don't have a pistol on me, or I'd put her down, but all I got is my shotgun. I got buckshot in it, so I don't want to tear up the meat. She's gonna die, so. Yeah, I can see she's got a nice big punch right in her side. So, pig down, pig down. So I know you guys aren't gonna believe me, but that damn thing got up. I went to get my game drag out and I dropped the water bottle. It scared it. It jumped up and took off. So now I'm tracking the damn thing again. I've been like 20 minutes because when it ran off, I tried to see where it's at, and because it clotted up and I didn't have blood, but now I'm back on the blood again. So this thing is going to town. I'll flip it around. Guys, I'm shaking. I just got a huge boar. I was tracking my other one, and the blood trail led right up to us, laying up against the palmetto. I couldn't tell what it was at first. I thought it's a down tree, and I'm looking, and it's like I can see a back leg, and then I see it's like breathing, and it was just nuts. But it's been crazy. I shot the one pig, it got up, took off on me when I dropped the water bottle, then I found the blood trail again, picked it up, started following it, and it led me right to this freaking huge boar. And it was just, didn't even know I was there. The boar didn't even know I was there. I just lined up, and his chest cavity is laying down on his side, and I'm like still nervous. I could hear his choppers chopping. This thing looked like a damn rhinoceros or hippopotamus. So hopefully I put it down. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out of here. Excuse my language, I'm just excited, but man. Alright, I'm gonna get off here and see if I'm hesitant to go over there. I saw it lay down, and I don't know if it died or not, but we'll see. Well, so I think I might have shot the same hog, the same color, but it looked a hell of a lot bigger when I was on the ground down there. So but he torn up now. I shot him right in the chest cavity. He's laid down, but I thought the other one was a sow, but there's some thick stuff in here.
Are you gonna keep his head?
All right. Yeah, I might cut his head off.
Okay.
Here, you gonna come over here? No, let's come over here.
Oh.
It's videoing right now, but I could still shot when I go back and watch the video, so it'll be kind of close. All right, and I'll be able to go back in and hit, like it'll run the video.
All right.